Women are liars. If you've ever been told it's not you, it's me. I've got a boyfriend, I'm busy, I can't date right now. If you've ever been manipulated or confused when women say one thing but do another, then it's not your fault. You're just trying to take her at face value for the things she's saying. We've never been taught the secrets of female psychology, but I'm here to help. In this video, I'm going to unveil the truth about female nature. I'm going to go through the 5 biggest lies women tell men. I'm going to tell you why they lie, how they do it, how to detect it, and then what to do about it so you're no longer manipulated or used. I'm Marcus Wolf, an international dating and sex coach. And each week, I'm going to take you through and show you how to be the best man you can inside and outside the bedroom so you can get the types of girls you've always wanted and deserve. The first lie that women tell men is, I don't want you to play games. Or any variation of this. I just like a guy that's vulnerable, that's upfront, that just tells me exactly what he wants. This happens because when men hold their cards back, when they're emotionally stable and create a little bit of mystery, it is emotional crack for women. They find this incredibly attractive. It puts them on this like emotional roller coaster. So when they go on a date with you and you don't just spurt out, oh my God, I love you, but they go home and they start to wonder, I don't know if he likes me. I don't know if he wants to see me again. They might ring up their friends and get advice. They're checking their phone constantly to see if you messaged them. Emotionally, they love it. But consciously and intelligently, they might ask themselves and say, hang on, I don't like this. I don't like this feeling where I have to wait. I don't like not being sure. I wish he just told me. I wish he just came out and said how he feels. And this is what men hear. They hear, I just want you to be upfront. I don't want you to play any games. And this is kind of how I used to feel about watching a TV show. So I would always think, I want to know who wins at the end. I just want to know how this finishes. And so I might Google it or I might ask someone. But then I realized it just wasn't as fun to watch. All the excitement and the anticipation was just gone. And it kind of ruined it for me. And that's the culture that we kind of create now. Like if you ever talk about a TV show, the first thing someone tells you is, don't ruin it for me. They don't want to know the ending. And yet that's exactly what we're doing with women when we do this. We're ruining it for them. We just come out, tell them exactly how I feel, tell them everything about us, say we want to go on another date right away. It's just completely up in their face and it ruins any mystery, any anticipation. And this is exactly what happens. The girls now go to their friends and they say, this guy's just so needy. Right? Like he just wants me right away. He's always just asking for another date. He's blowing me up on DMs. There's no excitement there. There's no mystery there. And not only that, but women are just as people. We want things that are difficult to get. We put high value on things that are scarce. And so if you're just so available, there's a shortcut in the girl's mind that thinks, I could just probably do better. If it's this easy, if this guy just wants me right away, like there's probably a reason for that. He probably can't do any better, which means I can. So she's probably gonna lose some level of attraction. And also on top of that, you wanna build a relationship over time. You don't wanna just put all your cards on the table at once. You want this to be slow progress. You want it to have a really good foundation based off actually getting to know each other. And this is the exact same reason that a lot of girls will just say, I want a very vulnerable guy. I want a guy that just is very open about his emotions. But once again, when you do that, they find it very unattractive. It's because they just want to know what you feel. They don't want there to be any guessing there. But at the same time, vulnerability needs to be earned. So if you're a man, if you're just vulnerable, nice, all this shit to girls, they're not going to find it at all attractive. You're going to be the pussy in their eyes. But you can earn it. You have to be the very masculine man first, the very stable man with your emotions first. And then you can be nurturing, you can be slightly vulnerable, you can share more of your emotions. But that aspect needs to come first. At the end of the day, when all is said and done, her perception of you needs to still be this very masculine, stable man that has the ability to be vulnerable, that has the ability to be nurturing. But it just can't be one without the other. You just can't be vulnerable without the masculinity. So what do you do here? What do you do when you hear women say, I just want a guy to be upfront and honest and not play any games? Is look, you don't have to play games, but don't emotionally dump on her. Don't be overly vulnerable. Don't just put all your cards on the table. Let her have a little fun with it. Don't ruin it. Give her a little bit of mystery. You're my friend. This is the second lie that women might be telling you. Because we need to understand there are 2 types of male and female friendships. So there's the first type that's actually built on this foundation of mutual trust, respect, shared experiences. There's reciprocity going back and forth. And for those that think you can't have female friends, it's complete bullshit. Some of my best relationships, some of my best friendships are with women because they actually provide something to you that sometimes men can't. It's nice to have that feminine energy in the form of a friendship. Because these are women, even if they are attractive, they're girls that I don't want to fuck. They're girls that I have friend zoned. Because sometimes a friendship can be super valuable because it allows me to have that dynamic where I can, for example, open up a little bit, be more vulnerable, get advice from a female perspective that isn't someone that's my fuck buddy, where I'm not inherently worried about losing attraction per se or about losing value. The second type of friendship is a friendship where the guy is trying to fuck the girl but is being friend zoned. And I see this type of friendship all the fucking time. Whenever I'm at a club and taking a girl home, so many times she's there with friends. And sometimes it's like the first example. There's this mutual respect, they're great friends, I get along with the guy, he's happy for me to go home with the girl, it's great. But then more often than not, that's a second type of friendship, where the guy is desperately into her, trying to fuck her, but he's been friend zoned. Now, this dynamic isn't built off respect. What it's built off is the girl has told me, oh yeah, he follows me around all the time, he messages me all the time, he gives me all this attention, he took me to dinner, he paid for it, he drove me here to the club, he's bought me drinks all night. It's based off she's getting all this attention and usually financial gain. And what is she giving back? Maybe a little glimmer of hope. This guy might have sex one day. And we all know he won't. And these girls, when you hear them talk about their friends, it's honestly disgusting. They have zero respect for these guys. They will laugh about them just straight to me, like in front of their face. They will just straight up call them losers. They say they have no respect for them. They say, oh yeah, look, he's just desperately trying to fuck me. But yet, that guy will come over and she'll be like, oh, this is my best friend, and give him a hug. And you just see the soul get ripped out from this guy when he once again realizes this girl is just going home with another guy, being me. And he's just left there thinking, I'm trying to do everything and nothing seems to be working. This isn't a friendship, right? This is just a guy simping after a girl and not getting it. So when she says, you're my friend, you really need to ask yourself, is this based off friendship or am I just deluded and trying to fuck this girl? So the action step here is if you're attracted to a girl and you want to pursue that sexually, then you are either nothing or you are sexual partners, you're fuck buddies, you're in a relationship, whatever that might be. But those are your only two options. If you don't want to have sex with a girl, if you're not sexually attracted to her, if you don't see her in that light and you want to be friends, amazing. Have an incredible friendship, but do not get these two confused. Third lie, women will tell you, I'm a good girl. Right? There's a variation to this. It's, I'm not a slut, I'm not like this, I've never done this before, or yeah, I've only been with one or two guys. All women will have a level of sexual shame. And so it's gonna cause them to lie and manipulate what they say in order to alleviate that. So as men, it's our job to make them feel super confident sexually, to be able to open up exactly how they feel fit. And this can be a very difficult thing because if you have an insecurity around that, if you're worried that the girl you're with is sexual and has sexual thoughts, then it's a quick, slippery slope to thinking in your mind, oh, well, she might want to fuck other guys. It's good to live in this fantasy of like, oh, this is a good girl. She only thinks about me. She only ever thinks about sex when she's around me. It's an insecurity. And it's not true for any girl whatsoever. So it's really our job to be secure in ourselves and allow women to open up sexually in front of us. Because I've had this with students where they project this onto girls, where they really want them to be a good girl. And so these girls will act that way. They'll pretend like they don't like sex until they just happen to meet you, which is complete bullshit. We know this. So these students will come back and say, oh yeah, look, this girl, like she'll need 5 dates before I can have sex with her, or like she'll never come home with me tonight. I'll go speak to that girl and I guarantee within 10 minutes, this girl is opening up to me. She's telling me her crazy sexual fantasies, how she wants a guy to really dominate her, pull her hair, choke her, spank her. And it's like, yo, 5 seconds ago, this guy had some perception of this girl being this little sweet, innocent virgin. And we need to realize this is true for every girl. Even if you're after a girl that, say for example, she's only ever been with one guy. She has family values, she's very sweet. This girl still has eroticized thoughts. She still has a sexual identity. She still wants to be able to open up. And so we need to allow girls to have that experience with us. We need to explore that on a much deeper level and connect to them on that intimacy. Because otherwise, sex is also going to be shit. If you want to have amazing sex, even with these good, innocent girls, then we need to allow them to open up. We need to allow them to be honest. And when we do that, that's when you'll get the type of sex not only that you want, but but she wants, and I guarantee she'll be coming back for more. So the action step here is don't let girls get to the point where they have to lie. Be very open, be non-judgmental. And now you'll get the truth from girls. Instead of hearing, oh my God, I've never done this before, you might hear something like, I'm so fucking glad I did this. The fourth lie women will tell you, I'm busy. Or some variation of this. You might get, I've got a boyfriend, just started seeing someone, I'm not looking anything for right now, whatever it might be. It's some form of a rejection, a flake, or maybe she just put you as like plan B. Now look, it can be somewhat difficult at times to decipher, because women do actually get busy. You can't just live by this mantra of every time a girl says she's busy, fuck her, she's trying to reject me. Women can be busy, but if this is a pattern, if you're getting this a lot, then chances are she's rejecting you, but in a very nice way. And we need to realize girls do this not because they're trying to lie and manipulate, they're actually just worried about how men are gonna react. And we do this in general in society anyway. Whenever we give feedback, we try to often soften it. We don't want to be super harsh and upset people and hurt their feelings. So often women will give these excuses. So if you're consistently getting the I'm busy, what do you do about it? The first thing I do is go check out our video on flaking. So it really explains how to actually flip this dynamic, start to build a bit more value, and actually have the girl chasing. So instead of you always having to ask her out or, make that move and her giving you some fucking retarded response, is have her actually chase. Have her ask you, hey, when are you free? What are you up to? And now, guess what? You can actually let her know if you're busy or not. Number 5, the last lie women will tell men. Just be yourself. This is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. This is the biggest quote from women. If being yourself worked, then every single fucking guy in this world will be getting laid nonstop. When women say, just be yourself, what they really mean is, if you're a very attractive, over 6 foot guy, amazing watch, 6-pack, you're incredibly socially aware, you have a lot of money, then be yourself. But for everyone else, it's not going to work. So if you found that you're not getting the types of women you want, if you're going out there and you're just not building attraction, then it's obvious. Being yourself isn't working. You actually need to improve, change, and develop. So before we get into the next point of how to actually know when she's lying and using these last 5 lies, if you do want to make that change, if you do want to improve yourself, then jump in the mastermind. 2-week free trial. We're going to teach you everything you need to know to get the types of girls that you want. As I've alluded to in this video, it's not exactly lying a lot of the time. I think most of these examples, women are just trying to protect your feelings or come off in a positive way, or they don't actually realize their own psychology. They're trying to tell you one thing that they want, whether it's like be yourself or be very honest and upfront right away, yet it's not intrinsically what they find attractive. So instead of listening to their words, start listening to their actions and understanding that. But also just be very aware and conscious of these 5 lies. Don't fall victim to them. And as I said, if you want to understand more, if you want to learn more about female psychology, then hit the link below. We'll catch you in the mastermind. See you, boys.